And now, presenting Grandpa's Magic Shoebox. Come along, don't delay. Today is a magical day. Come along, bring your smile and spend a while with Grandpa. Come along, stop and stare at wonders everywhere. Come along, the weather is fine to spend some time with Grandpa. I fill up my shoebox full of stuff from stones to morning glories. I pick up this and that until I have enough stuff to tell stories. So come along, just for fun. Our adventure has only begun. Come along, and sing a song with Grandpa. Come and meet my friends like Invisible Fred and an alligator named Sue. I got a lot of stories running round my head, stories to share with you. So come along, jump and jog, skip and hop like a frog. Come along, it is true, I love spending time with you. Hi, Sue. Hi, Fred. Fred's my invisible friend. Hi, Sue. Fred, hello? What's going on here? Sue? You're too different to be Fred's friend? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand. Well, that's right. You are an alligator and you are green, but I still don't get it. Because Fred is a boy and he's invisible, he's too different to be your friend? Is that it? Oh, my. I think we better have a serious talk here. Come on in, Fred. Now, I don't know where you two got these ideas, but they're very dangerous. They're called prejudice. And that's what our story is going to be about today. Fred, you want to go out and sit in front for the story? Okay, make some room for Fred out there. Thanks. This story is called The Land of the Lost Socks. Have you ever had just one sock disappear? Poof! Where did it go? What happened to it? Socks don't just get up and walk away, or do they? That's what Jim wondered. Just that morning, he and his brother had gone to the wash, happy to be clean again, but when they were sorted and folded and put away, his brother was gone, and Jim lay crumpled and alone in the corner of the sock drawer. Well, he wasn't going to take this lying down. He was going to find his brother. So he struggled out of the drawer, across the floor, and out the door. The cold night wind blew through him. It was scary and strange to be out alone without a friendly foot to keep you company. Halt! Stop where you are! Jim spun around and saw an old army sock leaning up against the gutter. Never been outside alone before, have you? Well, no, but I'm determined to find my brother whatever it takes. Oh, my name's Wooly. Sergeant Wooly. So the gloves are at it again, eh? No, sir. My brother's a sock, just like me. No, I meant it was the gloves. What took your brother? What would they want with him? Search me. All I know is that more and more socks are disappearing every day. First it was hundreds, then thousands, and now, but Mr. Wooly, call me Sarge. Jim looked at the old fella, and wondered if his tale about gloves could be true. Then he thought of the long road that lay ahead of him, and he hated the idea of traveling alone. Sarge, I don't suppose you'd be willing to travel on with me? Well, I don't know. Army regulations and all that. Yeah, I know it was too much to ask. So I guess I better go mosey along. Nice chatting with you. Hold on there, lad. Maybe I better go with you, but it's gonna be dangerous. Attention! Look smart, soldier. I'm not a soldier. You are now, lad. Let's go. And he dragged Jim into a tangle of weeds and bushes. Wouldn't it be easier to take the sidewalk, Sarge? Too dangerous. They struggled on till well after midnight, when they heard screams of help coming from somewhere out in a barren field. Help! Help! It's coming from over that way. Let's go. They struggled over branches and boulders, and what they saw caused them both to catch their breath. A wild dog was trying to bite a little fuzzy Angora sock, trembling behind a stack of twigs. Help me! Help me! Hey, you can't do that! Get away from her! The beast turned, eyes glaring, foam spilling over its sharp white teeth. Go get him, Jim! Jim took a flying leap and socked the creature right on the nose. Ow! Wooly ran around and stomped on his foot. Ow! Then they both stretched themselves and shook themselves about, screaming wildly. And the frightened dog ran off into the night. The two socks fell laughing into each other's arms. Hey, quite a team we make there. Oh, thank you. Thank you, you both are so very brave. Oh, it wasn't nothing, ma'am. What are you doing by yourself out here in the night? I am looking for my sister. I think she has been sock-napped. See, what did I tell you? Another sock-napping. We're out looking for my brother. You're certainly welcome to join us if you want to. My name is Jim, and this here's Sergeant Wooly. Oh, my name is Angora, but my friends call me Angie. And I would love to join you, Mr. Jim and Mr. Wooly Sergeant. Just call me Sarge, and you can call me Jim. They traveled on together through the long night, and when the sun rose, they found themselves at the edge of a thick forest. They were very tired, and they heard a sparkling stream running nearby and decided to rest on its banks when they heard singing. Roaming in the gloaming, will I see be my side. What on earth can that be? I'll go check it out. Sarge, you stay here with her. Yes, sir. Seems like old times. The singing seemed to be coming from on top of a large rock that jutted out into the stream. Jim pulled himself up to take a look, and there lay a wet argyle stretched out and drying itself in the sun. Stand back, or I'll tear your toes off. I'm the strongest sock in the Highlands. Ooh, you're a long way from home. I fought 20 stockings twice your size at the same time, single-footedly. I believe you, stranger. Are you making fun of me? No, sir. Then come on, I'll tear you apart. No, I think I'll just go back to my companions. Sorry to have bothered you. Too scared? No, too smart. I only fight when I have to, and I have no reason to fight with you. One of your companions, then? No, I don't think so. What do you want to fight for, anyway? I'm in training. Got to be strong if I'm going to rescue my brother from the gloves. You too. We're all looking for our kinfolk, same as you. He took him back to meet the others. His name was Geordie. Well, At least my brother left me a clue.
A clue?
A clue? A clue? Aye, a clue. He left it in the dryer.
Well, read it, man.
Well, all I can make out are Guantes Mountain, Socknapped, and Hurry. Any wee bit of sense to you?
Oh, so Guantes Mountain. This is real bad.
That's the old stronghold of the gloves.
Oh, no. But I know where it is, and I can get us there.
None of them suspected how really bad it was. High on the craggy peaks of Mount Guantes stands a dark castle, clinging to the cliffs like some evil bat, waiting to swoop down on the unwary traveler. In the topmost room, if you listen carefully, you could hear the sound of drumming fingers. Standing at the window is the evil Count Sevold and his beautiful and mysterious wife, Sevolda.
Darling, must you tap? I am restless tonight. But look at the moon. It is so romantic. I have no time for romance when there are still so many socks to capture. But, darling, what will you do with all those socks? I will do what every great leader does when he overtakes a race. Rule mercilessly. Sevolg, why do these socks drive you crazy? I guess it is time to remind you. No. Not the tango. I have such a terrible ache in my thumb tonight. Oh, my poor darling. Get over it. We dance.
Socks are dirty and very dumb, dear. They have no fingers or a thumb, dear. It isn't fun, dear, to hold one close if you care a penny for your nose. So I hate stockings and feet and shoes too. You ask me why, dear, because I choose to, and I refuse to sit down and eat with something that has been on someone's feet. When I was brand new and insecure, I was thrown into a stocking drawer. Teased and taunted, the memory lingers of things those stockings called my fingers. So when I finally escaped that place, I vowed revenge upon the stocking race. And so I hate them, and I will rule them, yet tolerate them, and also fool them. I'll smile politely, but let them know I'll never shake a stocking by the toe. So, up with gloves and keep the socks below.
Darling, you are hurting me. Oh, you say the sweetest things.
There came a knock at the door. It was one of the many secret agent gloves the Count had sent out into the world. Sir! A report! Sir! 4 socks approaching the castle! Sir!
Good. I like visitors. We must plan a very special welcoming party for them.
On station KSOC, KSOC, the International Sock Radio Network, news of the increased incidents of sock napping are being reported. Flash, Norway. Children open their sock drawers and find them empty. They must wrap paper towels around their feet before putting on their shoes. Flash, London. Big important businessmen miss big important meetings because they have no socks to wear. Flash, Hawaii. Surfers wonder what all the fuss is over socks. Meanwhile, our 4 friends struggled over the rough countryside that led to Mount Guantes. unaware that Count Sevolg was waiting for them.
Oh, me and my brother, we were warned by a soldier. Now there's a hard life. Struggling through the mud, not getting washed but maybe once a month. And then when you had too many holes and couldn't keep out the cold, thrown away. Never did find out what happened to my brother. My brother and I, we worked for a shopkeeper. We kept his feet warm. His wee wife kept us clean and folded. It was a simple life, but a good one. And you, Jim, what about you? My brother and I, we belonged to a high school basketball player. Before all this happened, we figured on staying with him till he made it to the big time. Funny, he thought of us as his lucky socks. My sister and I were on the stage. Oh, the lights, the music, the applause. I wonder, will we ever hear it again? Oh, it's all right, honey. We'll find your sister for you. Quiet! I hear something.
A low moaning sound was coming from around a little bend in the path. The four moved cautiously forward. Sticking out from under a bush were the 5 fingers of a garden glove.
Careful! It's a glove and they can't be trusted.
Help! Thirsty. Can't move.
What are you doing out here, glove?
Escaped. Mount Guante's terrible.
He doesn't look any too dangerous to me. Come on, let's give him a foot.
They dragged the smudged garden glove out from under the bush and propped it up against a stone. Angie gave him some water.
Oh, it was terrible. I escaped Count Sevolg and that evil castle on Mount Guantes.
Did you see any socks there?
Socks? Oh, the dungeon is full of socks.
Did you see an Angora sock? Or an Argyle? Or a big white sock like me?
Angoras, Argyles, gym socks, sweat socks, nylons, piles and piles and piles of them. Oh, it's terrible.
Don't trust him. He's a glove.
Don't you know what's going on there? The socks are being unraveled.
Unraveled?
Oh, no, it is horrible.
Tell us about it, man.
The garden glove gasped out a gruesome tale about a special room in the castle where the socks were taken and slowly and carefully, thread by thread, unraveled. And then they were knit into gloves. They stared at him with amazement. How could gloves be so cruel? Old Wooly looked at his toes, overcome by the horror of it all.
We must do something.
Can you show us where the dungeon is, lad?
Don't make me go back there. I'll go crazy.
Just tell us how to get there. You're the only one who knows the way. We'll figure out how to save him somehow.
So the weak and frightened glove told them about secret trails, guards, and a special password that would lead them to the dungeon. And then he stumbled off into the night, muttering to himself, "I just can't go back there." Flash! Russia! An old woman looks under her mattress where she had hidden her life savings in a sock. The life savings are there, but the sock is gone. She screams and faints. Flash! Geneva. World leaders meet to discuss the sock crisis. They are barefoot. The socks pulled their way up dark, mysterious Mount Guantes. They came to an arch in the rocks, and just as the garden glove had told them, there was a guard on duty.
Shh! I don't think he's seen us yet. We gotta find some way to distract him.
I will do it.
And brave little Angie strolled out into the guard's line of vision.
Ooh, what a lovely evening for a stroll.
What are you doing out here?
I just came out to look at the stars. Which one is that
Which one?
At that moment, Jim, Jordy, and Wooly jumped from the shadows and wrestled the guard to the ground. Wooly tied him up with a piece of loose yarn from his heel.
There, that ought to hold him for a while.
Oh, Angie, that was a very brave thing to do. Ooh, I rather enjoyed it.
Seemed just a little bit too easy to me.
But we don't have time to talk. Come on, let's go. Oh, tonight we are having grand unraveling. And I think the first to go will be that happy little group on its way to the castle now. More cries of anguish, and then more gloves. When will this ridiculous slaughter end? Outside, the Sox came to a stop in front of a large iron door. This must be the door to the dungeon. Now, what be the password? Wally, do you remember what the password was?
Oh, it was something like, golly, free the docks.
I remember what it was. It was Ollie, Ollie, Soxen free. There was a loud clang, and the door slowly groaned open. What be that moaning sound? They all listened. It was the low moan of many voices, sounding like a winter wind clawing its way across a frozen field. It seemed to rise from the center of the stone chamber. They looked in the door. No guards. Not a glove anywhere.
Careful, lads and lady. Keep an eye open.
Slowly and cautiously, they moved towards the edge of the pit. Angie held on to Jim. Oh, terrible. Looking down, they could see pile upon endless pile of socks of all nationalities and colors, trapped and waiting to be unraveled. Suddenly, they heard the running feet behind them. They turned around and found themselves surrounded by gloves. Then out of the shadows stepped the garden glove.
You Sox are so gullible. You believe everything you hear.
I knew it.
A lot of good it will do you, old sock. You'll soon be a ball of yarn like your friends.
He snapped his fingers, and the gloves started moving in. Are you ready to fight now, Jim? Ready and willing, Jordan.
Let's do it. Girlie, stay behind me.
I am with you. Socks for one and socks for all.
And the gallant Sox charged. They fought with bravery and fierceness. They fought sock to glove. They fought hard and they fought their best. And there were too many gloves, and they seemed to be multiplying like robots, forcing them closer and closer to the edge of the pit. You're a brave lad, Jim. You're the strongest sock in the Highlands, Jordan.
I'm proud to have served with you all.
Viva la Sox! And they fell into the pit. Count Sevolg and Countess Savolga appeared above them. Welcome to Mount Guantes. I've been waiting for you. You're just in time for grand unraveling. And if you are very, very good, I will let you be first. You may unravel our threads, Count, but you'll never unravel our spirits. Silly, silly sock. The Countess was silent. She had never been to the dungeon before. And when she looked down and saw all those eyes looking up at her, her heart wept. Angie heard a faint voice behind her and, turning, saw her sister running toward her. Angie, Colette. And standing beside her was Jim's brother,
Jack! Jim!
Over in the corner telling Scottish folk tales to some children's socks was Geordie's brother, Gordy.
And St. George killed the dragon with 1 foot tied behind him. Gordy! Geordie!
Old Wooly watched his friends reunite with their loved ones. And if you knew him, you felt the strain of sadness run through his every fiber. But old soldier that he was, he kept his feelings inside.
All right, enough of this mushy stuff. There's an unraveling going on here tonight. We've got to get organized.
But there was a lot of moaning.
It's too late. The gloves are too strong.
We're too tired to fight. We give up. Give up! There's no giving up.
Well, old friend, looks like we've lost the battle.
Not yet, we haven't. Marching along to the song of the feet, through valleys, up mountains, and down every street. Protecting the toes, the arch and the heel, we are very important to how people feel. We are knitted and woven, we're old and we're new. We are socks with a job to do. Marching along in the cold winter weather, and when it gets hot, we all stick together. Then it's into the washer and folded away. We're clean and we're eager to work the next day. We are knitted and woven, we're old and we're new. We are socks with a job to do. Is that not enough to fight for? No. Then think of all those empty sock drawers. Think of the working person slaving away with no socks.
Ooh.
Think of the actress on the stage with no stockings. And then think of the little child walking to school through the snow barefoot. If you can't fight for yourselves, then fight for all those cold, lonely, silent feet out there. Won't you join me? Stand up and shout. I'm a sock and I'm proud. Shout it with feeling and shout it out loud. You will find us on doctors and children at play, walking and hopping and running all day. We are knitted and woven, we're old and we're new. We are socks with a job to do.
Stop! You are breaking my heart. All I can do is I will lower a chain for you from the north window. That is all I can do.
Don't trust her. She's a glove.
A glove? I was once pantyhose. Oh. I trust her. Call it sock intuition.
Well, I don't see where we have any choice. Now, come on, everybody. Get yourselves tied together into a rope.
My sister and I will go help the little ones.
Good idea. Geordie, Gordy, help the old ones get tied together. Wooly?
Yes.
Why don't you take the lead?
Me?
I don't know of any better soldier here, Sarge.
I don't know what to say.
Well, then, let's get going.
Right. Everybody ready? Yeah. Then follow me.
When they looked up at the high north window, they saw a chain come snaking down the wall. Old Wooly built a fire in a bed of straw.
This castle needs to be destroyed, so nothing like this can ever happen again. Marching along
and the song of the field, through valleys of mountains and down every street.
And out the window and down the outside of the castle. It was magnificent seeing all those socks singing and pulling together in a common cause. One sock was helping another, and together they were forming a rope of hope.
The arch of the heel, we are very...
Stop!
Very impressive, very touching, but your little scheme has failed. There is a glove behind every bush. We will have our great unraveling. And my sweet Countess, you traitor! We will start with you. If you're gonna have an unraveling, Count, start with me. You old son, you are already so full of holes you're half unraveled. Then start with me. Oh, that is much better. Very impressive for a sock. Countess, you have many defenders, but I laugh at them all. Ha, 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 ha. But if you feel you're sock enough for it, come on. Oh, Jean, be careful.
Don't worry about me, honey. And then the terrible fight began. The Count had the strength of 10 socks in each finger, and Jim was tired from having climbed up and down the chain. But he managed to get the Count down. All the socks were cheering, but the Count found a loose thread in Jim's heel and began to unravel him.
Ha, 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 got you.
He didn't see the Countess grab hold of a loose thread in his thumb and start to pull.
Oh, my Countess, what are you doing? I made you my queen when I first met you. You were like a tender kid glove, but your lust for power has turned your heart to leather.
And she pulled with all the strength of her sorrow, and the Count began to fall apart.
Oh, no! I am destroyed!
All the gloves stepped from out behind the bushes. They thought there was going to be one last grand battle. But then they were all cheering, and everyone remembered they had once been socks too.
Jim, you are hurt. Oh, let me knit you up.
It's just a scratch, honey. We've got to get off this mountain fast as we can. That castle's going to explode. Come on. Everyone rolled up together, socks and gloves alike, and went bouncing down the mountainside. They'd barely reached the bottom when...
Well, it's over. It's finally finished. Angie, honey, won't you come home and share my sock drawer with me? Oh, Jim, I would like that just a little bit more than anything else in the world. But now we have to think about all those cold, lonely feet out there. And we have to think about teaching socks and gloves to love each other. And perhaps one day, all clothing. But Jim, I will never forget you and what you have done. Goodbye.
All the gloves and socks hugged each other tearfully and began to roll away. Jim and Wooly stood silently for a moment.
Makes you feel proud to be a sock, don't it? Yeah, real proud. What are you gonna do now, Wooly? Oh, you know me. I'll travel around a bit, spend a night here and there on a homeless foot. It's been a real honor knowing you, Sarge. I'm gonna miss you. If you ever need me, son, just holler. Good job, Jim. Well done. Come on, Jack. We got a job to do.
We are naked and loaded. We're old and we're new. We are socks with a job to do.
So, Sue, you see where prejudice can lead? That's right, it's very dangerous. Fred, you want to come back now? While we're waiting for Fred, I'd like to show you how you can use socks to tell your stories. You saw how I used ordinary socks to tell the story. Well, you can take your socks and dress them up a little bit. Let me show you some I made. Here is a sock that I added some yarn and some felt, and I think I used some little beads here for the eyes, and made my very own sock dragon. Also, here is a zoo animal. See if you know which one this is. That's right, it's a giraffe. You know why they have such long necks? So they can reach those leaves high up in the trees. But my favorite one is probably the easiest one to make. Take a plain black sock and put a green sock on top of it, cut it in strips, and you will have your very own Socktopus. So if you have a lonely sock over in your sock drawer, don't throw it away. Save them and use them to tell stories. Ah, here comes Fred. Okay, what did you guys learn from the story? Right, Sue. Sue learned that everyone is different, and therefore everyone is special. Fred, what did you learn? Very good. And because each of us is special, we all have our special gifts to offer. And if you don't take the time to get to know someone just because they're different, you're not going to get those special gifts, and that would be a real shame. So, are you two guys friends again? Great. Hey, I'm really glad that you came today. And you know what? I'm always here for you. So come back again really soon. Now would my two different special friends like to help me clean up the shop? Great. Don't rewind yet, Fred, because up next is Hercules. And don't forget to collect all the episodes of Grandpa's Magic Shoebox.